What's happening, family? Adrian back with another video. I wanted to drop this video real quick while my son is still taking a nap. I haven't been able to tap in with you guys for about a week or so, so I wanted to go ahead and drop another video while I had the time and while he's still taking a nap. So this video right here is going to be about the reverse discard. So before I get into the video, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. And let's go ahead and get right into it. So let's talk about the reverse discard and what it is and the reason why they use it. So the reverse discard is basically when the narcissist sets it up to where you will leave them, like you'll discard them. And a lot of that has to do with the narrative that they're trying to present. So if they are trying to present that damsel in distress, or that, that if they're trying to present that victimhood, then they will reverse discard you. And so they'll do something that's so outlandish that they will make you discard them. And then once you discard them, they will go back to the flying monkeys and whoever else is in the mix and basically make it seem like, well, you just left them. You have just, abandoned them. You got rid of them for whatever the case may be. And now that does several things. That gets flying monkeys on their side. So now they're the flying monkeys are feeling bad for them because they're like, damn, they got you in this type of position right here, and then they just picked up and left like that. And so they're actually playing that victim card. They're literally, even though they are probably the ones who discarded and they were doing all of the trifling stuff and all of that, they're not going to tell the flying monkeys that this is what, this is a result of what they have done to you, X, Y, and Z, or whatever the case may be. And in my case, she had actually discarded, but she didn't want the flying monkeys to know that she was the one that discarded. So she actually tried to come back and try to patch the situation up and then get me to the position where then I discarded her. And then once I discarded her, then it was like, okay, now the narrative fits. So now she can go back to everybody involved, all the flying monkeys and, all of her minions and all of that kind of stuff, everybody that's in her family that's just listening to the lies. And she can go back on that side and play the victim. And basically she can, get all of the flying monkeys gathered up against me saying, oh, well, I just abandoned her as soon as we found out that she was pregnant with our child and all of that kind of stuff. So everything that she did is actually projection. Everything that she was saying to her family is what she did to me. It was projection of what she did to me, but she was actually telling people that, I just picked up and left. I didn't want to I didn't want to have anything to do with her, or I didn't want to have anything to do with the baby and all of that kind of stuff, when all of that was like the furthest thing from the truth. So the reverse discard is basically when they set that outcome up and they force you into that position. And like I said, it's several reasons why they do that. Now they also can use that as a triangulation with the new supply. So now they can go to the new supply and play the victim card as well. They can go to the new supply and say, hey, I know I just got out of a relationship and everything, but I'm just so hurt behind the situation. He just left me. He abandoned me. He left me all alone with the new baby, this, that, and the third. And now that new supply has probably already been groomed. They're probably already having sex and all of that kind of stuff. And the new supply may already, have started to have some sort of feelings for him. So now they're looking at it like, okay, well, this is my opportunity to come in and basically play Captain Save-A-Ho. So they'll come in, and now with the narrative that's played out, that makes the narcissist look like the victim, and they look better in the new supply's eyes. And now you look worse in the new supply's eyes. So now the new supply doesn't have a problem getting in on the disrespect. The new supply will go along and get along just to please the narcissist at this point, because now they're being love bombed. They're in the middle of probably being love bombed, and that whole cycle of abuse where they are being just captured by the narcissist. They are, mesmerized at this point. So anything that happens at this point, they're going to look at it like, well, the new supply is really just looking at it like, I got, I got the prize now. I have her or I have him, whatever your situation is. They're looking at it like, okay, you couldn't handle business, so now I'm stepping up and now I'm handling business. So, so basically, like I said, the reverse discard is a sneaky, it's conniving, it's so sick because they will do all of this foul stuff to you. Like they will literally push you to the edge, like push you over the edge. They will push you to doing something, they will push you to physical harm. They will push you to the ultimate limits and then go back and play the victim. And the saddest and sickest part about it is that people believe it. Like they actually have it set up to where people believe it, because you got to remember the smear campaign probably started way before y'all even got to that point. So I even started noticing in my situation where I was being smeared way before like we ever had a problem, like way before we even knew that she was going to get pregnant. I had no idea that I was being smeared as long as I was, because we was cool. Like I had no, there was no reason for me to be smeared at all, because we never had an argument, we never had a beef, we always had good times with each other, all of that kind of thing at the very beginning, of course, throughout the love bomb stage. But like I said, this is somebody that I had known from childhood, so I'm not thinking that, this person, number one, is narcissistic, and number two, is just going to flip the script like that at the very, when times got critical. And then not only flip the script, throw you under the bus completely, like throw you completely under the bus. It's like, I could not believe the lies that were told about me. I literally could not believe when I'm sitting back and I'm finding that, because of course you don't find out right away all of the lies that are told, but when I sat back and I started really realizing all of the different lies and all of the stuff that, all of the way that the narrative was painted for me to be a terrible person, and I had done literally everything to not necessarily say make this person happy, because it would have been like, that's the person that I am. So if I don't have a problem with being single. So if I'm single and that's what it is, I'm cool. I don't have no problem with that. But if I am going to actually pursue a relationship, whether it was, with that person or whether it was with anybody else, I'm gonna go into it with at least the best intentions at heart. Like I'm gonna go into it with, I'm trying to give my all and give my best. Of course, I'm gonna, always put my best foot forward in any type of situation. And then I'm getting older, so it's like a lot of the stuff, I've matured a lot in a lot of different ways, to the point where now I'm looking for, that wife, like a stable mate that's going to be here with me for the rest of my days. We can raise a family together and we can build our experiences and all of that kind of stuff. I'm not chasing it, but at this stage, if I'm going to deal with somebody, I want to deal with somebody on a serious level, or on a level where at least the relationship is going to go somewhere and grow, and we can at least pursue to see if that's where, if that's where we both want to be and all of that kind of stuff. But with the narcissist, the relationship is just always going to be at a dead end. Like it's never going to go anywhere. And I did another video about that being one of the red flags, is when you're in a narcissistic relationship, it's not going anywhere. Like you can be trying to go in this direction and do this and do that, and you can be, you will be getting yourself emotionally invested and probably financially invested and all of that kind of stuff, and you will still see that there's no growth. There's no, like they say, look at the fruit, it doesn't bear any fruit to be with a narcissist. Like the only fruit that I can say that came from my situation is actually having my son. And so that is, definite fruit from the situation. But when it comes down to actually having a healthy situation and a healthy family structure for my son and all of that kind of stuff, like, he will never experience that type of life. He will never see his parents grow up in a home, a healthy home together, and have both of his parents all at one time and be able to regulate himself emotionally through that. So, so that's what it is. Just the reverse discard is a sneaky, like I said, I couldn't believe that she would do some of the things that actually made me finally get to the point of like, all right, you know what, I'm done. I can't deal with this no more. It's no coming back from this. There's no reconciling, because, and of course she tried to pull well, we can still be friends. And I'm looking at her like, first of all, we just had a child together. Like, after having a child together and dealing with each other all of this time, that's what you reduce me to. You want to reduce me to, oh, we can still be friends. That's how I knew it was somebody else in the picture. Of course, she was hiding the new supply, and still is. Like, the discard in my situation came, like I said, the very first discard came when she very first found out she was pregnant, which was around May, June of 2019. So since then, you know what I'm saying? Since then, she's been hiding a new supply. She doesn't think I know, I guess, that he's in the picture, but come on, like, our son is almost 1.5 years old, and you ran off, you discarded, you with no explanation, none of that kind of stuff, and you think that I don't know what's up? Like, come on, man. It's like, ain't nobody stupid over here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my video, y'all. I appreciate all of the love and support that you guys show. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I get into a lot of different topics, and I'm going to start going live a lot more. That very first live, like I said, I had a really good time with you guys. Man, I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. I will tap in with you guys later. Salute to the family.